Hi Pisces, I am back with your love reading for the month of July. I can't believe it's July already. So again, I'm going to start off with the singles, followed by those in a relationship. I'm also adding a card. I'm adding an angel card, which is really just a message for that month as well. So remember, it is a general reading, so it's not going to apply to all of you that watch this video, but for those it does reach out to, then I hope it helps. So with that, let's take a look at your cards. Right, hello Pisces, I am back with your July love reading. This spread is for those of you that are single. So we have 5 cards here, and then we have an angel oracle card, which is a new addition this month, and it's just to give you a general message what you may need to hear for the month ahead for you. So let's take a look at your cards. You have the 6 of Pentacles, 5 of Swords, 7 of Swords, 7 of Pentacles in reverse, and the 9 of Swords. So first off, as you can see, there's definitely air energy and earth energy. Okay, so it's Gemini, Libra, Aquarius for air, and earth is Capricorn, Taurus and Virgo. So these 6 star signs are going to be influential in your month for July for you Pisces. So your present love situation, so you have the 6 of Pentacles upright. So you know, I almost feel Pisces, because you are quite a sensitive sign, and you take things to heart. I always feel like you need someone, and to find someone who is actually going to take care of you, and to give you that attention that you crave and that you need. You have this real neediness for love and to be treated with kindness. And for some of you could be wanting somebody to financially look after you. Maybe you've just had enough of always having to pay the bills on your own. Maybe you just, and there's nothing wrong with that. Usually when couples get together and they move into a house together, they go 50-50, don't they, on the bills? So I think it's more that you're just fed up of having to just fund for yourself, and it's almost like you just need that knight in shining armor, somebody to come and just to sweep your feet and look after you. And that's how you feel when you go into the month of July. You just really want that attention and the love and the kindness, and just to be swept off your feet really, and just be looked after. Pisces, for those of you that are dating and you are going on casual dates, or you're on a dating site and you're meeting up with people maybe one a week or whatever, as you do on these sites, watch out for people who are just going to use you really, just to fulfill their sexual needs, because that's all they're interested in. And I think for you could be thinking, well, if I do this, then they'll be interested in me and they'll want to see you again. And actually they won't, because they're not going to give you anything back substantially in return. So you really need to watch that if you are casually dating and going on dates. I always believe that actually if you make people wait, you can see who the genuine people are. So if you don't rush into sex and you are looking for a proper relationship, make them wait, because if they really do like you, they will wait. You are likely to meet someone new who is positive, and kind and generous, and I think this is good, because that's what you need. And this is going to be a earth sign, so Capricorn, Taurus or Virgo, and you're going to meet them via an introduction through someone you know. So whether it's a colleague at work or a friend, a family relative, that's potentially there for you in the month of July, coming into that month. So that sounds quite positive, doesn't it, for some of you? Right, so you have the 5 of Swords, so your desires. So you could have, for some of you Pisces out there, you could actually have your eye on an air sign, so Gemini, Libra or Aquarius, okay? And it could be that actually, because this talks about competition, so maybe you're feeling a little bit competitive to win their heart or to win their attention. Notice me, because that's what this card talks about, is competition, being competitive. And if you really like them, then you're going to go after it. And that's probably how you're feeling. You're feeling like you have to be competitive this month to win the heart of that air sign. And again, this card can also talk about feeling pressured to do things you actually don't necessarily want to do. And I think it goes back to this card where, you know, remember when I said, you know, don't feel that you have to do sexual favors, that you're going to get something in return, because you won't. You know, you do what you feel comfortable doing, and don't ever let anybody pressure you or make you feel pressured. As soon as you start feeling that, that is not the right person for you. And again, you know, this Five of Swords tells you, be careful, be aware of not to feel pressured to do anything sexual with somebody, you know, because that's not good. So yes, so watch out for air energy there, so Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So again, Seven of Swords, so the unexpected to what's going to happen to you in July. Now this talks about deceit with people. So, and again, this is a sword, so that air energy, you know, watch out for them, because, you know, they may not be all that they seem. You may really like them, but if you're having to compete for them and they're asking you to do sexual things for them, you know, you have to question the morality of that person. So this card is making you aware, watch out for deceit, because I think it will leave you quite shocked this month. Maybe somebody you are dating, you know, you lack so much confidence that you think they'll just leave you, and so you do things you don't necessarily feel comfortable doing. For others of you out there, Pisces, there could be somebody that's going to come in, and actually they're going to surprise you, because you actually find them really interesting, and they're going to come across you, and you know, but the one thing you have to be careful is not come across too desperate and be like, yeah, let's have a you know, just go with the flow, really. You know, don't rush anything, don't expect too much. So you have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse for your near future. So, you know, this talks about reflection. So it could be that you are reflecting about somebody or a situation. Maybe you're reflecting about this air sign. Actually, I'm not quite sure they're the person for me. You know, maybe you do realize that you just have to see what happens with someone. I would also point out, you know, you may have, you know, slightly unrealistic expectations sometimes. In love, maybe you expect that perfect person to come along. You know, it could be that you know, you have this kind of set standards of what you're looking for in a relationship, in a person, and actually maybe that's where you're going wrong in your love life, because there are people out there who aren't quite so perfect, but actually you need to give them a chance. You know, so maybe just look at your unrealistic expectations sometimes, and sometimes you need to compromise and give people a fair chance. And you know, that can be about personality types, whether you've got things in common, looks, you know, just maybe look at if maybe you're striving for too much perfection. I know that's not always a bad thing, but you know, in love you just never know who's going to win your heart, do you? There could be somebody completely opposite to what you would expect, and I think that's what this card is telling you, is to just remember nobody's perfect. There is no ideal in this world, is there? So then we go into your future cards. So you have the Nine of Swords upright. Wow, this talks, you know, this talks about that if you have just started dating somebody new, then you need to really tread carefully, okay? Listen to your instincts, okay? If you are already arguing with somebody, Pisces, they're going to walk away. And they will come back because they knew they were in the wrong, you know. And again, it's this air energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. I kind of sense that whoever this is, whatever person this is, they're quite a difficult character. And also almost like they're just going to be playing a little bit of games with you, and I think it's going to leave you not knowing where you stand, because that's definitely coming through in this reading. You know, because if you're dating this air sign and you've started dating them and you're going on dates, you know, there is something amiss with them, whether it's maybe they're not really single, maybe they're seeing somebody else, or maybe they're not ready for commitment, or, you know, maybe they've got problems in their own life and it's filtering into you. So I would really question this air sign, and I personally would try and stay away from them and do not get emotionally involved with them, because I think they're going to hurt you. I really do. So be aware of those things for the month of July, Pisces. Now, for your Oracle Angel card, you have acceptance. So I'll read you what the card says. See yourself as others through the eyes of the angels with unconditional love and acceptance. In this way you inspire and lift everyone to their highest potential. Now, I think for your reading, I think yes, you need to see yourself as others see you. I also think you need to accept, again, acceptance, accept other people for their differences, and, you know, again, this unrealistic expectations issue. You know, sometimes you have to accept people's faults and, you know, don't judge. Maybe sometimes you can have a habit of judging people too quickly or too soon. So, you know, the message for this is that, you know, the next time you are tempted to judge yourself or another person or a date, you know, take time, a moment to step back and reflect and think, am I actually being a little bit unfair here? It's all about self-esteem and, you know, trying to find a bit more balance, I think. You know, because if you think positively about yourself and others, then actually your mood will be better, you will feel better, and the people around you will feel better. So I think that's a really good actual message in relation to actually the cards you've received, Pisces, this month. Anyway, I hope you like this reading. Please like and subscribe if you aren't already. Next to follow will be the relationship reading, and I look forward to seeing you in August. Take care, Pisces. Bye. Hello Pisces, I am back with your July relationship love reading. So as you can see, I have a new card here. It's an Oracle Angel card, and this is just one card, and it's the message you need to hear for the month ahead for you in July. So with that, let's have a look at your cards and let's see what lays ahead for you in your relationship. So you have the Ace of Wands upright, Ace of Cups in reverse, you have the Knight of Pentacles reversed, Eight of Wands upright, and the Queen of Wands in reverse as your outcome card. So Pisces, how do you feel about your partner or your relationship? So, you know, you get the Ace of Wands, so there's definitely plenty of energy and a spark and a buzz, and, you know, it's very energetic, your relationship. And you do feel like you're on a similar path with your partner, you know. But I think you're feeling like, although there is definitely a kind of electricity and a connection between the two of you, there's definitely a spark there between the two of you, but I think you are wanting to, if you're a couple but you're not engaged or married, etc., or you don't have children, it could be that you're wanting to take on a new chapter, because this card can represent a new beginning. So, you know, it could be that you're thinking, right, you know, can we look for a house together, or can we move to a different location? You know, maybe can we start thinking about children and trying for a baby? You know, so it's all about a new beginning, something new with your partner, and I think that's what you're wanting to now do. You're wanting to move on to another level. And I think the way you're going to have to deal with those issues is if that is what you're wanting, and maybe your partner is holding back a little bit. You know, I think this is the time of the month now where you're going to have to be a little bit more expressive with your partner, and say how you feel. And if you find that you don't express yourself, then this is a good time to do that and discuss it, you know, but do it in a way that comes across as not pressuring, you know, just a gentle conversation, you know. You know, don't put pressure on your partner, because these are big things you're talking about. You know, they're not little things, they're big things. And, you know, maybe your partner wants to wait a little bit longer, you know, and you're going to have to accept that if that is the case. Now, your partner gets the Ace of Cups in reverse now. You know, it's not all bad. I mean, obviously, if it was that way, upright, it would be amazing. But it's not. It's in reverse. So, you know, for your partner, for them, things aren't quite where they want them to be in the relationship. There's something amiss for them. And, you know, there is a part of them that is feeling a little bit disappointed how the relationship has turned out, or feeling sad. And I almost feel like you had this perfect relationship, but something has faded. For them, something has dulled. Something has happened where they feel like there's a lack of romance now. So whatever that is, even if it's the fact that maybe you do need to try something new. So, you know, this is about new beginnings. So maybe you need to try something new together. Or maybe they're expecting to move to that next level and, you know, get married and everything. Maybe they're wanting that. Maybe they feel that it needs to go to another level. So whatever the issues are there for your partner, and the fact that you want to take things further and something new, you need to have that discussion together. And communication is the best form to try and work out what's going on for both of you. You both need to communicate. So you have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So this is where your relationship is currently at, Pisces. Now, this card can talk about boredom. It can talk about things just being routine. So maybe you do feel like you're just a little bit stuck. Maybe things are just, you're just plodding along, the same old routine, the same old day to day, go to work, come home, at the weekend you go for your grocery shopping. But, you know, maybe things are just a little bit stagnant at the moment. You know, and I really feel like you do just go about your business. You know, I don't particularly see anything nasty here. There's nothing aggressive. There's no arguments. It's just, you just plod along. It's just become a little bit predictable. I mean, worst case scenario, it's possible that your partner is contemplating you know, doing something, shaking up something in the relationship. You know, it can talk about moving on. But I can't, I mean, that could be going through their mind, that if things don't change, what can they do? They can't stay in just something that's just, you know, tedious now. Maybe you're burying your heads in the sand to actually the reality of what's going on. But the way to handle this, again, is communication. You have to talk, because you obviously have something there, but it's just kind of almost come to a standstill, hasn't it, for the two of you? So let me know if that resonates at all with you and what's going on. So what your relationship needs. So you have the Eight of Wands. So something unexpected is going to come your way in your relationship, and it's going to happen quite quickly. And it's not a bad thing. It's something that's going to be good for you. For both of you, actually, it's going to be something positive and something really good, and it is actually going to lead to you both appreciating each other again. So whether something happens to give you a jolt, or, you know, you're put in a situation where you have to work together as a team, whatever it is that's going to happen this month, it is going to be good outcome, and it's, you know, it's going to make you realize you need to do something. You need to act and put right the wrongs in your relationship. And again, this card can talk about that for some of you, you are ready for further commitment, you know, taking the relationships to another level, but it hasn't materialized yet. So again, it could go back to how you're feeling. Maybe you feel, why hasn't he proposed to me yet? You know, and that's what you feel your relationship needs. So your outcome card, your future card, you have the Queen of Wands in reverse. So this can talk about someone crossing the line, going too far with something, you know, and it's gone a little bit out of control. It can talk about brainwashing the other. So I think based on the fact about something new, commitment, wanting commitment, you know, I think you are being warned not to cross the line with pressuring your partner about furthering your relationship or taking it to another level, you know, going to extremes. Watch that behavior, because, you know, yeah, you could be crossing the line. You could be making them feel pressured. You could be going to the sense of brainwashing them to change or to commit. And that's not a good thing, okay? You really need to think about that. You know, you need to express yourself, but don't ever pressure somebody or brainwash somebody. And I think that's the message for you in the month of July. Now, for your Angel Oracle card, you have Law of Attraction, so I'll just read you what it says. Each thought is an investment that pays immediate dividends, so invest wisely. You have the power to choose your thoughts and align them with love, peace and harmony. At your request, we will gladly attune your energies to higher frequencies. So yeah, you want to invest in this relationship, don't you? You know, you do invest in it. You put your time and energies in it, and maybe you don't feel your partner does. But, you know, again, you know, you have the power to choose your thoughts and align them with love, peace and harmony. So you really need to think about how you project your current thoughts onto your partner, and always remember the love that you two have had, and keep that in mind when you approach your partner about the issues you have. Anyway, Pisces, let me know how things are, and I look forward to seeing you in August. Take care of yourself.